Last week we discussed overview of statistics. Okay, then we studied what is statistics, what are the important concepts in the statistics, okay, what are the limitations, what are the applications in the statistics. Remember those things? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Then we started the session number 2. Okay, then already we discussed types of variables and what are the 4 levels of measure. Okay. Then normally, let's say what is the variable, how we define the variable. Normally, how we define the variable. Tell me the answer. How we define the variable. Variable is any measurable characteristic or attribute we call as variable. Okay. Then some variables can be calculated as numerically, some are static. Okay. Then therefore we can divide it into 2 categories, quantitative and qualitative. Okay. Then again quantitative variables we can divide into 2 categories. What are they? 2 types of quantitative variables. Discrete and continuous. Okay, then the discrete means always we can get the clearly separated value. Okay, then the continuous one, sometimes we can get the clearly separated value. Most of the time, their value is any gradation between infinite number of gradation between 2 measurements. Okay, then we discuss 4 levels of measurement. Okay, then what are the 4 levels of measurement? There are 4 levels of measurement. Nominal, ordinal, interval and the ratio. Then which one consists the least number of information? Nominal. Okay. Then other question is which one has no absolute field? Interval. Okay. Then the mathematical operations can be applied based on the levels of measurements. Remember, the equality only in the nominal scale one. Then the ordinal one we can apply equality greater than or less than. Then interval we can apply addition and subtraction. Then ratio one we can apply all the mathematical operations. Okay. Then we move into the today's session. Then we discuss independent variables and the dependent variables. Then when we are doing the studies, research or some studies, then we want the variables. And then these variables we divided by the 2 categories, independent and the dependent variable. Okay? Then when we are moving to the experiment, there are also the independent variable and the dependent variable. Independent variable means this variable do not depend on the other variable. Okay, and this variable manipulated by the experimenter. Then moving to the dependent variable, then these variables always depend on the other variable. Okay, then when we know the values of the independent variable, using that values we can find out what is the value of dependent variable. It's clear? Then taking the example, we take the advertising expenditure and the sales revenue. Okay, then we need to find out there is a relationship between advertising expenditure and the sales revenue. Okay, then first thing we need to identify which one is the independent one, which one is the dependent variable. Okay, then think and tell which one is the independent variable. And I take 2 variables of sales revenue and advertising expenditure. Then which one is the independent one? Advertising expenditure. Why? based on the advertising expenditure, then sales revenue can be changed. Understood? Okay, then it means sales revenue depends on the advertising expenditure. It's clear? Then what is the independent one? Advertising expenditure, then sales revenue will be dependent variable. It's clear? Okay. Then we move into the data. Okay, then first day we study statistic is a process. Okay, then what is the input in the statistic? What is the input in the statistic? Numerical data. Then it means, okay, then when we are moving to statistical analysis, the most important thing is data. Okay, then we study, then in here, then we need to data. Okay, then when we need to do the any analysis, statistical analysis, first thing is we need to find out which kind of data we need to do this study. Okay, then in here there are two types of data sources. Okay, then what are the two data sources? Primary data and the secondary data. It's clear? Two types of data sources. It means based on our study, we need to decide we need primary data or secondary data. It's clear? Then more they think we need to do the quantitative research. Okay, then it is based on the data and quantitative research now. Then we decide based on our objective, these are the independent and dependent variables. Then after that we need to decide which kind of data we need. Okay, then what are the main two types of data sources? Primary data and the secondary data. Okay. Then first one is primary data. Primary data means these data collected by the first time. Okay, then it means that based on our study, we should collect this data. Understood? Okay, we can use the interviews method, we can use the questionnaire, okay, then we can conduct the observation to get the data. Understood? The primary data means we collect the data at the first time. Okay, then it means that therefore the original is character in the primary data. Original is high in the primary data. Understood? Okay. Then secondary data means that word is secondary data. It is not the primary data. Then secondary data means already this data is collected by the someone for the some purpose. Let us say we are going to do this study, then we can refer the central bank review. Normally we refer the annual reports in the government. Okay, then this data already published, already collected. Then using this data to our study, then this data we call as secondary. It's clear? Understood? Okay, then the primary data, we collect the data for the first time. Secondary data means already collected this data for the some purpose by someone. Okay? It's clear? Okay, then we in here says collected for the first time and the original intact. The secondary data already collected by someone for some purpose, available for the present time. Already these data available. Understood? Then secondary data no issue. Then already this data available. Okay, then we find out the correct source. Then we can take the data. Okay, then primary data, then these data are not already available. We need to collect. While primary data means collected for the first time. It's clear? Then we want to use different methods to collect the primary data. Then these are the basic methods we can use to collect the primary data. Okay, then the first one, normally you know these methods. First method we can use the questionnaire method. Understood? Okay, then It means that we, based on our objective of our study, we prepare the questionnaire. Okay, then we distribute to our target respondents. Then we can collect the data from the respondents through the questionnaire. Okay, then the second method is interview. Third one is direct personal observation. We move it one by one. Then first method is questionnaire method. Normally, questionnaire means what? When someone asks what is the questionnaire, then how we tell the answer. Yeah, then it is a list of questions. Okay, then questionnaire means a list of questions. Okay, then based on our study and the objective, we prepare the questionnaire. Okay, then we insert the relevant questions. Okay, then we can insert different types of questions into the questionnaire. Okay, then there are different types of questions. Okay, then first question type is simple alternative questions. It means that simply we can say yes, no question. Only two suggestions are there, yes or no. Other way true or false. Understood? Okay, then this kind of questions we call as simple alternative questions. It consists only two answers. It means we want to select only one option. Okay, then always available two responses. It's clear? Okay, then there is example, are you a feminist? Yes or no. Two options are there. Understood? It's clear? The next one is multiple choice question. Normally you already know MCQ. Okay? Then it contains more than two choices. Multiple choice question means more than two choices are there. It's clear? The two choices are there. It means simple alternative. More than two options are there, choices are there. We call as multiple choice questions. Okay? Then another thing is there are two types of multiple choice questions. First one, some multiple choice questions with single response. It means question is there, then the more than two choices. Okay, then the respondent can select more than one answer. Sorry, only one answer. Single response. Question is there, then list down the options. Okay, choices. The respondent should be select only one answer, one option, one choice. Understood? Then other type is multiple choice questions with multiple response. Multiple response. It means what? That the respondents can be selected more than one choice. Understood? Then questions are there. Then list down the choices, more than two choices. Then we can select more than one choice. It's clear? Then there are two types of multiple choice questions. Then third type is ranking order question. It means when question asked to based on your preference, you rank it. It's clear, based on our preference, then we can rank them as a order. It's clear. Then in here the example, rank the following in order of preference. Then there are four choices. Okay. Then four choices are the sports are there: football, rugby, cricket, boxing. Okay. Then based on your preference, you can rank them. Understood? Then the next one is legal scale question. Okay, then we normally the undergraduate studies or some research, okay, then we can use in the legal scale questions to get the data. Normally most of the students use the legal scale questions for them. Okay, then legal scale questions, it means when we put the scale, okay, normally starting from agree. Strongly agree to strongly disagree. Okay, then 5 legal scale questions are there, 7 legal scale questions. Okay, then 5 legal scale means then we are asking about some their idea, then we can start from strongly agree, then agree, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree. these are the Likert scale type questions. Understood? Then other one is open-end question. It means only question is there. There is no any option, there is no any choices. Okay? Then the respondent can write regarding the question, okay, free. There is no any choices, there is no any suggestions. Only question is there. Understood? Then here in this example, please describe your experience in a couple of sentences. And then there is a space to write the answer. Understood? Okay, then this one we call as open-end question. It's clear? Okay, then these are the different types of questions. We can insert simple alternative questions, multiple choice questions with single response and the multiple response. Then Likert scale questions, Ranking order questions, then other one is open-end question. Understood? Then we know the different types of questions. Okay, then we move into prepare the questionnaire. Okay, then we think based on our study, we need to collect primary data. Then after that, we choose the questionnaire method to collect the primary data. Then we know what are the different types of questions. Okay, then we move into how to prepare the questionnaire. How to frame the questionnaire. First thing is the layout of the questionnaire must be attractive. Okay, then attractive. Second one is always we use the simple wording. Understood? Then normally we use it English as the language, then we use it the simple English words. Understood? Then the brief and the specific. Normally questions cannot be the lengthiest one. Always we write the short question. Understood? And the specific. It means clearly we are asking the something using the questionnaire. Clearly mention what we need. Understood? The third point is logically arrangement. Then the arrangement is the questionnaire list of questions. Okay, then we think about the arrangement. Normally, then considering the question type, normally first part we insert the simple alternative questions and the multiple choice questions. Understood? Then starting from the simple order. Why? Then the people, if the people get the questionnaire, then first starting to read the question, then first one is simple alternative. Then he has to put a tick. Then multiple choice questions, no. Okay, then the end of the questionnaire, normally we put open-end questions. Then some respondents are do not write anything for that. No worries, no ending. First part is okay. Then we think about the logical arrangement. Then other way, then normally using the questionnaire, then we asking the questions regarding our study and the demographic factors. Demographic factors, age, marital status, then where are you from? Then these kind of demographical factors we need to know. Then the first part normally we asking this kind of questions. Understood? Then after that we move into the questions regarding our study. It's clear? Then this is the way we can frame a questionnaire. Okay? Then necessary instructions. Okay, then in the top of the questionnaire, normally we insert the what are the instructions. Especially in your final exam question paper, first page, write down the what is the subject and duration. Then there is a box. Okay, then it consists what are the instructions. Okay, then the instruction is must. Then avoiding personal law sensitive questions. Normally, we do not ask any personal or sensitive questions through the questionnaire. And it means the thing. Normally, we do not ask what is your monthly income, what is your annual income directly. We do not ask the exact figure, these kind of things. Right? These are the personal. Understood? If we need to get the income level, then we can suggest then your income level. Then we put the ranges to 50,000 to 1 lakh, then 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh. In this way, okay, then normally we cannot ask direct exact figure of their monthly income to the okay. Then pre-testing the questionnaire. Then after the framing questionnaire, okay, then we check whether this questionnaire is okay or not. How we check it? Then we distribute our questionnaire to our friends or neighbors. Okay, then we check whether these questions are clear to the respondents. Okay, then how they write the answers for these questions. Okay, then we can collect the relevant answers to these questions. We check it. Pre-testing. Okay, then after receiving the answers from the respondents, we check if all the questions are okay or not. Then some mistakes in the questions, we can correct it. Okay, then after the finalizing the questionnaire, then we can distribute to our respondents to collect the data. Now clear? Then these are the important things framed in a questionnaire. It's clear? Questionnaire method okay. Then move into the second method, interview method. Again, not like the job interview. Okay, then based on our study, normally when we conduct the qualitative research, qualitative type research, there is no any questionnaire, those things, then normally we use the interview method to collect the data. Qualitative method. Okay, there is no any statistical analysis part in the qualitative analysis. Okay, then it is based on the interview method. Then there are two types of interviews, structured interviews and the unstructured interviews. Okay, then the structured interview, then there is the interviewer. Okay, then the interviewer already prepared. Then what kind of questions asked from our respondents. Okay, well prepared. These kind of questions, then based on our study, then we write down these kind of questions. I ask from our respondents. Then they prepare. Understood? There is a structure. Then meet their respondents. Then talk with them. Yeah, asking the questions in his questionnaire. Understood? Then asking the first question. Then get the answer. Then we note down the points. Then move into the second question. Then asking the question from the respondent. Then we write down the notes. This is the structured interview. There is a structure. Then unstructured interview, there is no any structure. Only thing is we meet the respondents. Okay, firstly we clearly give the explanation. Then what is our study? Okay, then what are the objectives in our study? Who am I? Okay, then what is the purpose of this study? Then we clearly explain. Then we try to get information from them. Understood? Normally we do not ask any questions from them. Okay, then first clearly give the information about our study, then we try to get the information from them. Understood? Then sometimes the interviewer can ask some questions. Why? Then we think respondents give some information, but we didn't get the necessary things, then we can ask in some questions from them. Then we can continuously doing the discussion. Understood? Okay, then this method we call the unstructured interview. There is no any structure. The only discussion is there. That is the thing. Understood? Only discussion is there. We talk with them and get the idea. Understood? Okay. Then third method is direct personal observation. The observation, there is no any questionnaire, no any interviews. Then how we conduct the personal direct observation? In school time, you do different types of personal observation. In grade 3, grade 5, environmental studies, you do. It means we got to the environment, we observe. Okay? We conduct the mere inspection, then we get the data. Okay, then normally in the direct personal observations, we do not interact with the respondents. Okay, they do not do any communication between the respondents. Only we do in the observation. Understood? Okay, can use to get the primary data. It's clear? Then we move into the secondary data. In secondary data, we do not need to collect it by already available this data. Okay, then based on our study, we select the relevant source and we can find out the data. But be careful with the secondary data. Okay, then I think we normally not easy to use the secondary data. Okay, then we need to check these 4 criteria before using the secondary data. Okay, then what's the first one? Availability. Okay, then first thing is we need to check whether this kind of data is available or not. Based on our study, we need to check whether this kind of data is available or not, already available or not. It's clear? Then think, if the relevant data is already available, this kind of data is available, then move into the second criteria. What is it? Suitability. When data is available, then we need to check whether this available data is appropriate to our study. Understood? The data is available, but then we check whether this data, available data, is appropriate or suit with our study or not. It's clear? Then think, this available data is appropriate to our study. Then move into the third criteria. What is it? Adequacy. And then we need to check whether the data is available. This available data is appropriate. Then check whether this data is sufficient to our study or not. Adequacy means sufficient. It means enough or not. It's clear? Okay, then we check whether adequacy. Then this available data is appropriate. Then check whether this available appropriate data is enough to our study. Then think it is okay. Then we move into the fourth part. Then data is available data is suit our studies. Then this data is adequate, sufficient. Then check whether reliability. We check whether this data is reliable or not. How they collect the data? Then did they use the correct method to collect this data? Okay, understood? That this kind of thing we need to check. We need to check whether reliability. It's clear. Then the 4 criteria are okay, then we can use in the secondary data. Okay, then any criteria is not okay, then we cannot use the secondary data. We move into this step by step. First check the availability, then check the suitability, then check the adequacy, then finally we need to check the reliability. Okay, then they use in the correct method. Okay, then how they collect the data, then we check it. Understood? These 4 criteria are okay. There is no issue, then we can use the secondary data to our study. It's clear? Okay, then this is the end of the second session. Okay, then this session we study different types of variables, 4 levels of measurements. Then the last one, data source, primary and the secondary. Okay, then we move into the worksheet number 2. This is very simple one. Then you identify this. Move into the first question. Then there are 7 variables. Okay, then you identify each cases is a qualitative variable or quantitative variable. Session number 2, first 2 slides we studied quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative means the variable can be measured numerically. Okay, then cannot be measured numerically, we call that qualitative. Then check whether these 7 are the quantitative or qualitative. Finish. Want to check? First one, number of accidents, quantitative or qualitative? Quantitative. Lifetime of an electric light bulb, quantitative. The brand of a light bulb, qualitative. The expected return on investment for a particular stock, quantitative. The rating of a particular stock. Yeah, we can get the quantitative and the qualitative both. Then most of the time we quantitative. Okay. Types of accidents, qualitative. Number of people who report to work daily in a firm, quantitative. Okay, then normally the qualitative variables have categorical response. Remember those things. Okay. Then question number 2. Then again there are 7 cases. You need to explain these cases, discrete one or continuous one. Okay. Okay. Then first one, how many students attend the class? Discrete. Weight of a watermelon as measured each week, centimeters. The time it takes for a car to travel 1 mile, centimeters. Measurement of the time it takes for a computer program to execute a specific task. Then it is the measurement of the time. No, the time is the variable. It is a quantity continuous, so the discrete. Continuous. The number of books on your shelves, discrete. Number of mistakes, discrete. Minutes spent reading yesterday, continuous. Then now clear? Then the last question. Then you need to identify which variable is a quantitative or qualitative. Then another thing you need to identify what is the type of measurement scale. Okay? Then, First one, importance of political party affiliation to people. And then there are choices vary somewhat or not very important. It's a quantitative or qualitative? Qualitative. Then what is the level of measurement? Looking at the choices and you can say ordinal level of measure, right? And we can be arranged as good. And then the country of residence in UK. There are choices: England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The qualitative, then it's a level of measurement. Nominal. Why? Then only can we label it. Okay, then we can get the count of each category. Okay. Then C, stage of cancer. Stage of cancer, which level of measurement? Stage of nominal, ordinal, interval or ratio. Ordinal. The different categories of movies. Different categories of movies. Nominal. The amount of protein in a soup. The quantitative one, then the which level of measurement? Which level of measurement? Ratio. Why there is a value simple that we cannot take as interval, why there is absolute zero. Zero means no. Okay, then therefore it is a ratio scale variable. Then if educational attainment level, high school, college, then ordinal is the qualitative variable. Then G, categorizing types of fruit, nominal, the qualitative. Okay, then remember then the nominal scale variables are qualitative. Okay, not the quantitative. Okay, then remember those. Then I uploaded the answer sheet to the worksheet number 1. You will see. Are there any issues in the session number 1 and 2? Yes or no? No issue. No. Then in the types of variable lesson we studied quantitative and the qualitative. Okay. Then in session number 3 we explain how to present the categorical data. Okay. Then when we make a report, okay, then we insert the different types of charts, tables, those things. Now, okay, then we study how we present the categorical data. Okay. Then these are the objectives in this session: how to tabulate categorical data and how we interpret the results. Then methods of diagrammatic and graphical representation of the categorical data. Okay. First method we can use to present the categorical data is tabulation. Okay, then tabulation means what? We present the categorical data using rows and columns. Tabulation means using the tabular format table. Understood? Then tabulation method is we present the categorical data using the rows and columns. Then these are the objectives of the tabulation. Okay, what are the reasons for using the tabulation? First one, to summarize the categorical data. Okay, instead of insert the paragraph of our particular data set, we can create the table. Okay, then we prepare the table, tabulation format, then what happens? We can summarize our data set. Okay, then clearly explain using the tabulation format. These are the different types, these are the frequency values. Okay? Then to facilitate the comparison. Using the tables, we can do the comparison between the categories of the variables. Then we have the data set regarding gender, then male and the female, then we can construct a small table and we can insert how many males, how many females. Okay, then it only consists two values now, then we can do the comparison. Then to find the associations between variables. Association means what? What is the association? Association means we can find out the relationship between the variables. Understood? There is any impact or not. We can find out the relationship. Then to facilitate the statistical inference and then to help preference. It means normally we are doing the statistical analysis, we use the tables. Then normally we insert the data set into our statistical software. Then output, normally they use the tabulation format. Understood? Okay? Then reference. Then normally we can insert the table for reference. As a reference, okay, then normally we prepare the assignment report, then we insert the tables. No? Then the central bank report, then how they present the data using the tables. Then we can easily refer in the tabulation format. But we can identify clearly what are the things insert in this table. It's clear. Then we move into the different types of tables. First one is frequency table. Then normally table means it contains rows and columns, rows and the columns. Okay? In the frequency table, first column normally we insert what are the categories of particular variable. Then we take the education level. First column we insert what are the levels of education. Study WO level, then A level, bachelor degree, postgraduate degree. Then second column we can represent the frequency. Okay, then how many of them are completed on the O level? How many of them are only completed A level? Okay, how many of them are hold the bachelor degree? Okay, then we put the frequency of the each category. It's clear, this we call as the frequency table. Then this is the example for this. This is the complete frequency table. Okay, we can get through the statistical software. Then these are the explained software. Okay. Then in here, then looking at this first frequency table, what is the variable in here? First table shows which variable? What's variable? Level of education. Okay, then this is the variable in here. Level of education. Then the level of education is a categorical variable. Okay, there are some categories. Then first column represent the categories. O level, A level, graduate, postgraduate. It's clear? Then the next column represent what? Frequency. Then the percentage, valid percentage and cumulative percentage. These discuss one by one. Then looking at this table, we can clearly identify how many respondents are there. How many? 95. Normally, then instead of using the tabulation format, we write the paragraph and we write all the data. Then we cannot easily find out how many data are available in this. But in the using the tabulation format, we can easily find out the 95 data is available in this data. It's clear? Then percentage point. It means that tabulation format normally we used to do the comparison. Then normally we are moving to the comparison. Then there is a number, then we use the percentage point. In an easy way, then in this statistically, we need to do the comparison. Normally we use the percentage values for that. Then therefore, insert the percentage value. It's clear? Then the fourth column represents valid percentage. Then percentage and valid percentage is two different things. Then the percentage, normally this one is present. This person's percentage means then we calculate this percentage value considering all the data. We do not considering about the missing data. Then we take all the data. Then we think we send the questionnaire to 100 respondents. Then we calculate the percentage value using the total at 100. Understood? Then we distributed the 100%, but we can get the 95 responses. Then valid total is 95. Then we move into calculate the valid percentage. We consider in the valid response. It means we take the total as the 95. Understood? This example, percentage and valid percentage columns are same. Fine. What is the reason for that? What is the reason for that? Right. The total is 95. There is no any missing values. Missing values are not there. It means all the responded to this question. There is no any missing values. We have 95 data. It's clear? Then what happens? Percentage column and the valid percentage column equal. It's clear? Then cumulative percentage. Then 8.4. First one is 8.4. It means the first cumulative percentage is 8.4. It means 8.4% of the respondents have completed ordinary level only. Then move into the second one, 42.1. It means then 42.1% of respondents have completed O level and the A level. Both equal. Then move into the third one, graduate. Then 76.8% of the respondents, some have O level only. Then some have completed up to the A level. Then others are completed their bachelor degree. Understood? Three component is cumulative means summation. Sum, total. Understood? Then the last one is 100. Finished? Then taking the postgraduate. Then there are minimum qualification in here. O level. Highest one is postgraduate. Then taking the 100% of respondents. What happened? Then some are qualified O level only. Then some are A level. Some have the bachelor degree. Then some have a master's or PhD. It's clear? Then other thing is how we interpret these results. That is the important thing. Why normally when we are moving the analysis part, we can use different types of statistical software. The software only give the output. There is no any interpretation. You give the tables or something. That's output. Then it is also the output in the SPSS software. Then there is no any interpretation. But when we conduct the research, okay, we need to interpret our results. Understood? Then the education level of education is the demographic factor in our study. Demographic variable. Okay, then we need to interpret, okay, then our respondent level of education. Okay, we can use the frequency values or percentage value. Then normally when we are writing the interpretation part, okay, then these are the normal frequency values we use in the percentage. It is nice. Now then that used in the frequency value. Why then we talking about using the frequency, the main thing is we always tell the what are the total frequency value. But we take in the percentage value. There is no only. Why? Total percentage is always 100%. Understood? Then these are the tricks. Normally we are write down the analysis part. It's clear. Then normally we think when you are doing the accounting, okay, not the statistical. Then normally then you need to prepare the reports or the presentation. Okay, then you insert the table. Okay, then the nice way they present this data set using the percentage value, not using the frequency value. It's okay, but the good way is using the percentage. Then the reader can clearly understand. But then we say the 8 of the respondents are doing O level only. It is not enough now. Why? Then the total respondents are 95. Okay, then always we should then write down this is the total value. Then when we are using the percentage value, it's clearly identified by the B. Okay, then we can say 8.4% of the respondents have completed ordinary level only. Then we can say no. Okay, then then we looking at this percentage value, highest percentage is graduates now. Okay, then we can say most of the respondents have completed bachelor degree. Or most of the respondents are graduates. Okay, then we can do the comparison. Then we can say A level and the graduate. Then we take these two. Then we can say in 34.7 is from the graduate, then 33.7 A level, then we can do the comparison using these two. Okay, then comparing the A level completed respondents and the bachelor degree holders. Okay, then who are the highest percentages there? Graduates. Understood? Then using the calculation format, we can do the comparison. It's clear? Then move to the second example. Here, what is the variable? What is the variable in here? Variety of family. It's the variable. This is have the category. Okay. Then here, this one is missing is 5. Total is 92. Here, total is 87. It means we share this questionnaire for 92 respondents, but only 87 respondents gave the answers for this question. Okay, then 5 respondents did not give the answer for this question. Only these questions, okay, in this variable, not the questionnaire. Okay, then in this variable, then the questions regarding this variable, then what happened? 5 data are missing. It's clear? Then what have happened? The percentage and value percentage. Two different. Okay, then this one is we taking the 92 and calculate the percentage. Valid percentage only we considering about the 87. Understood? Okay, Other name we can say contingency table. Contingency table or cross tabulation. Okay. In here, then we normally previous examples, okay, then only display the one categorical variable. First example display the level of education. Second one explain the display the level types of animals. Okay. Then we need to display more than one categorical variable using one tabulation format. Okay, then that table we call as cross tabulation or contingency table. It means this table consists more than one categorical variable. Here, then looking at this example. How many categorical variables are there? How many? How many categorical variables are there? 2. What are they? Level of education and the gender. 2 categorical variables are there. Understood? Then we can display the 2 categorical variables. Therefore, this contingency table we call as two-way table. Why? It consists only 2 categorical variables. Then therefore, we can say it is a two-way table. Understood? Then how we interpret this kind of table? How we interpret this table? Then we take it this value, level. Okay, then this table shows the gender and level of education both. No? Then the 11, that frequency value, then their level of education is graduate, their gender is male. Then we can simply say then there are 11 male graduates. Always we talking about the both variables, this 11 graduates and the male. Then we can say then there are 11 male graduates. Understood? Then we move into this one 21. Then 21, their level of education is advanced level. Then the gender is female. It's clear? Then how we interpret this 21? There are 21 female respondents who have completed up to the advanced level. It's clear? Okay, then we can say. Then we can do the comparison also. Then we move into the female category. Then most of the females are graduates. We can say that if female is draw display female, then 3 O level, A level 21, 22 graduate, then 16 postgraduate. Okay, then out of this data set, we can say most of the female respondents are graduates. Understood? Then we can say. Then move to the male category, then the equal number of respondents who have completed up to the A level and the graduate. Equal or level. It's clear? Then what happened? This example. How many categorical variables are there? 3. Gender, level of education, then another thing is land with a house or not. It consists 3 categorical variables. Therefore, we can say this is the three-way table. Why? 3 categorical variables are there, then we can say it is a three-way table. Normally, then we can say these. Commonly, we can say these are the contingency table or cross tabulation. In this cross tabulation, it consists 3 categorical variables, and therefore we can say it is a three-way table. Understood? Then in here, then we interpret this result considering about all three variables. Okay. Then we take this 9, number 9. Then 9 means they are graduates, they are female, and this 9 in this year category. It means they have land with the house. Understood? We consider about the 3 no? Then number 9. Then now we say there are 9 female graduates. Okay, then who have land with the house. Understood? It's clear? Okay, then this is the way we can interpret any value in this table. Understood? It's clear? Then these are not complete and only frequency values are there. Then we move into the complete frequency table. This is also the cross tabulation contingency table. Why? This one consists two variables, gender and the marital status. Then this table inside the percentage values also. Percentage values. Did you say that? Percentage values. It's clear? Then in here first one, then we column wise display the gender, row wise display the marital status. Okay? Then looking at the first one, count. Then their marital status category single. First row represent the count. Then it means 21. Then the single employees are there. Then out of the single employees, 21 are male, 30 are female. It's the way we can interpret now. Then total number of single employees in this company, 51. It's clear? Total number of single employees in this particular company is 51. Out of that, 21 are male, 30 are female. Understood? It means that we can say most of the single employees are female. It's clear? Then move into the second one. Percentage within marital state. Then they calculated the percentage value within the marital state. Then which marital status this category is here? Single. Then considering the single employees, then they calculated the percentage value. Then total single employees are 51. Then we calculate the percentage value. How? 21 divided by 51 into 1. It's clear? By within marital state. Then 30 divided by 51 into 1. Understood? Within marital state. Then when we move into the interpretation, 41.2%. How we say? Then we can say 41.2% of single employees are male. By this percentage is taken from the single employee category. Understood? Then the 58.8%. 58.8% of the single employees are female. Now clear? Then move into the third one. Percentage within gender. Then we considering about the gender. Then first value 29.6. Then in here 21 males are there. We take in the total number of male employees. Then how much? 71. Then the total of the male category. How many? 71. Then we calculate the percentage value. 21 over 71 into 100. Understood? Then this percentage value is calculated of the male category. Then we say 29.6% of male employees are female. Other way we can say. Clear? Understood? That is 29.6% of male employees are single. Means we consider is the male employees, then we calculate how many of them are single, not married. Now clear? Then within marital status means we take in the single employee category, then find out how many of them are male, how many of them are female. Now clear? Then this one is, these values are taking the percentage of total value. It's clear? Okay, then it means grand total, then there are 200. Then we find out. Then this category male and the single employee is 21. Then it means 21 over 200 equal to 10.5%. It means we considering the whole employees, all the employees in this company. Okay, then 10.5% of the employees are single and male. It's clear? Then taking the all the 200 employees, then the 10.5% of them are single and male. Now clear? Okay. Then all are okay. Then this one is married category. Then 34.3% within marital status. Then we can say 34.3% of married employees are male. Now here, within gender, it means 66.2% of male employees are married. Now clear? Then in here, then we can say that the majority of the female employees are married. No? Then female category, single 30, married 90, widowed 5, divorced 4. Okay, then majority of female employees are married. We can say, okay. Then other way, then there is no any widowed male employee. The way we can interpret any result. Understood? Then these things we cannot do the, normally we do not do the manually, no manually we do not construct the table, frequency table, those things. The interpretation is the important thing. The statistical software gives the output, then we require the skills and knowledge, how we interpret this output. Understood? Then the machine now, then the software is the not the human. Okay, then they all get the software is give only output. We insert the data, then we give the instructions, and they only they get the output. Okay, then if we have the required skills and knowledge, how we interpret this result. Understood? It's clear? Then there is a point I want to insert that majority of married employees are female. Then we can say majority of the female employees are married. Okay. Then they have no without male employees in this sample. 0. Then only 6% of employees are without body. This one says using the total percentage value. It means 6% of employees are widowed or divorced. It means widowed 5. Then we divorce 7. The total is 12%. 12 total number of employees is 200. Then 12 over 200 into 100, 6%. Understood? Using this information, we can write different types of interpretation. Okay, then we study this table and we can write down the different types of information. Only these are the numbers. Now, using the numbers, we can interpret our data set to the tree. It's clear now? Okay. Okay, now you can take a break, and after break we discuss diagrammatic presentation. Okay. Then there is any issue? No? All are good. Then second method we can use to present the categorical data. Okay, diagrammatic presentation. We can use the diagrams or charts. Okay. Do you know about the diagrams? No. Okay, then the simple bar diagram, multiple bar diagram, pie chart, line graph. Okay, then these are the different types of diagrams. Already you know these diagrams. Okay, the thing we need to study then at what time or when we use this type of diagram. When we use it in simple bar chart, multiple bar chart. Okay, then moving to the first one, simple bar chart. Yeah, then normally we can use the simple bar chart to represent only one categorical variable. Clear? Then we have only one categorical variable, then we can use the simple bar chart to present it. It's clear? Okay, then here the variable is the level of education, only one categorical variable, then with the frequency value we can present it. It's clear? Then other thing is simple bar chart, we can draw horizontal way and the vertical way. Understood? This is the vertical way. This is the way horizontal. Okay. The next one is multiple bar chart. Okay, then the simple bar chart can be presented only one categorical variable. If we have more than one categorical variable, okay, then we can select multiple bar chart. Then we need to represent the gender with the level of education. Then when we are using the simple bar chart, we need to draw two separate simple bars. But we using the multiple bar chart, we can present it using one multiple bars. It's clear? In here, then the level of education by gender. Then first we categorize to the level of education. Then each category we can divide it by gender. Okay, then the O level category, then we count down how many of them are male, how many of them are female. It's clear? Then the multiple bar chart, we can do the comparison between gender within the education level category. Then it means we take in the O level category, we can do the comparison between male and female. Okay, then most of the respondents in here are male. Yes, sir? Okay, then in the O level category, then green color shows male, yellow color display the female. Then most of the respondents are in the O level category are male. Okay, then but there is one disadvantage. Then we cannot do the comparison between the categories. Education level category. Why? Then here, then directly we cannot get the total frequency value of each category, each level of education category. Yes, now then looking at this diagram, then we cannot get the directly what how many respondents are completed up to the O level. Why? We can get how many of them are male and the female. Male 5, female 3. Then after that we add them together, then we can identify things. Understood? Then in here we cannot do the comparison between the categories of level of education. Okay? Then we need to do the comparison between these main categories, then we can move into the subdivided bar diagram. Okay, then subdivided bar diagram, other name we can say component bar diagram. Okay? Then in here, using the subdivided bar diagram or component bar diagram, also we can display more than one categorical variable using one chart. Okay. Other thing is in here, the height of each bar represents what? Frequency value of each level of education category. Here we cannot find it. This one is multiple bar chart. We cannot find it now the total frequency of each category in the level of education. But here we can. Understood? Then in here, but we cannot do the comparison between gender wise. Why? Then the first one is male, no? Then we can do the comparison between male. Why all are starting from 0? 0, then we can say that the A-level respondents and the graduates are equal number. Then we can say. Then but the female, we cannot do the comparison. Why? All are not starting from the 0. It's clear? Okay? Then based on our objective, then we choose the which multiple, then which chart is suitable to represent. It's clear? The next one is subdivided bar diagram, then we can draw it using the percentage wise. Then each bar, then height of each bar, what happening here? Say, by total percentage value always equal to the 100. It's clear? Okay, then it is also the subdivided bar diagram. The difference is this one shows the frequency, this one shows the percentage value. It's clear? Then other one is pie chart, pie diagram. Yeah, then using the pie chart again we can display one categorical variable. Okay, then this one is that each slice represent the categories of the variable. Clear? Then normally when we insert the pie chart or pie diagram, normally we display the percentage value, not the frequency, not the degree value. Normally we label that this is the green color male, then we put the insert, we can insert the text box and we can label it as the percentage value. Understood? Normally we insert the percentage value. It's there. Then the last one is the line graph. Then in the line graph, we cannot use every variable. Okay, then line graph only we can use to represent the time series data. And then it means when one variable is changing according to their time period, then we call as the time series data. Then take example, the ABC company sales revenue from 2000 to 2010. It is the example for the time series data. Why? Variable is sales revenue. Okay? There is a time period 2000 to 2000. It's clear? This kind of data we call as time series data. Okay, then our data set is the time, it is regarding the time series data, then we can use the line graph. It's clear? Okay, then if we have only one categorical variable, we can use simple bar chart and the pie chart. Okay, more than one categorical variable, we can move into the multiple bar chart, subdivided bar chart, and the percentage subdivided bar chart. Okay, then we have the time series data set, then we use the line chart to represent it. Understood? Then memorize those things. Why? Where are we using the line chart? Okay, which kind of data set we need to draw the line chart, those things. It's clear? Then another thing is, then normally we can insert the graphs or diagrams, okay, to our analysis part. Normally we use, okay, then there are some important points we should memorize. First one, normally we insert the chart or graph. The main thing is must have a title. Normally we write down what is it, what kind of information shown is in this line graph. It's clear, title is must. Then, let me take this example. This one shows group of the audience size. We insert. What is the title in here? The next one is, then normally in the chart or graph there are two axes. Normally two axes. No? The horizontal one we normally say x-axis, vertical one we say y-axis. Okay, then we study two types of variables, independent and the dependent. X-axis always shows the independent variable. Y-axis represents the dependent variable. Understood? Then when we are drawing the line chart or something, then the x-axis always represents what? Independent variable. Y-axis represents the dependent variable. It's clear? Okay. Then another one is when we are using the several variables, then we need to draw the line chart, line graph. Okay, then it represents the sales revenue and the advertising expenditure and the other expenses. See, then we need to represent these three variables using one line graph. How we can do? Then we use the different patterns or different colors to differentiate each line. It's clear? Okay. Then another one is we need to label the two axes. Okay, then which one representing the x-axis? Okay, then which variable is representing the y-axis? Okay, then here this is the business here. This is the number of current. It's clear. We need to label the two axes. Then we can draw the chart or graph using the Excel. If normally we take the data set, then we can insert the any chart, simple bar chart or line chart we can do. Okay, then after that, there is some addition sign here. We click it, then we can add label for axis. Okay, then title. Remember, then when we are using the Excel, we can insert the chart or graph. Then there is a addition sign, then we add them, then we can label the axis. We can insert the title. Okay. Then other one is, then normally we label all those things using the letters. Then all the lettering is in the horizontal. It means we look, when we see the word, then we can directly identify this is in here. The all lettering is horizontal. Then it means we cannot write down one by one letter. Then we then first. Then this is the graph. This is the male. Then you cannot write in here this way. It is wrong. Okay, then always we write in the letters in horizontal. It's clear, right? Then this one is we cannot easily read it now. Okay? Then these are the things important. All lettering in the horizontal. It's clear? Okay, then the session number 3, then the first 4 sessions are normally theory parts, okay? Then this session we studied how we present the categorical data. Okay? Then first method we studied using the tabulation format. Okay, then the tabular means we can represent our data set using the rows and columns. Then we call that it is a tabulation. Understood? Then why we use the tabulation format? Using the tabular format, we can summarize our data set, we can do the comparison. Okay, then we can find out association between variables, it means relationship. Okay, then it helps to the reference. Okay, then it is a statistical inference, those. Understood? Then we studied different types of tabulation methods. First one we studied what? Frequency table. Okay, in the frequency table, it also consists the rows and columns. Normally, first column we represent the categories of variables. Okay. Then other columns represent the frequency, percentage value, valid percentage value, cumulative percentage value, those. Okay, then we studied what are the difference between percentage and the valid percentage. Remember, then we consider in the missing values, then we take all the total and calculate the percentage value, we call as percentage. Only considering the valid data, it means we do not consider about the missing data. We know it can take the valid total and calculate it, we call as valid percentage. Okay, then moving to the next. We need to represent more than one categorical variable. We use contingency table or cross tabulation. Okay, then using the cross tabulation, contingency table, we can find the association between two or more variables. Okay, then it consists only two categorical variables, we call as two-way table. It consists more than, it consists three kind of variables, we call that three-way table. Okay, then completed table, we can insert the percentage value, total values, all those things. Understood? Then other important thing is when we draw with the table or insert the table, okay, then the total, then we need to get the total row-wise and column-wise too. Okay, in the table, in the statistical way, then we take the table, then the must thing is what? Row total and the column total and the grand total. It means total. Clear? Then we move into the graphical representation. Okay, then we have only one categorical variable. We can use simple bar chart or pie chart. Okay. Then if we have more than one categorical variable, we use multiple bar chart, subdivided bar chart and the percentage subdivided bar chart. Okay, then we have the time series data set. We use the line graph. Okay, the last part we studied what are the important things we need to memorize when we are drawing the line chart or graph. Okay, then what are the things? All lettering in horizontal. Okay, then label the two axes. Okay, then insert the title. Okay, then the other one is x-axis always shows the independent variable, y-axis represent the dependent variable. Okay, then we need to represent several variables using one graph or chart, then we can use different colors or patterns. Okay, then those things are in the session number 2. Now clear? Okay, then this 7 MCQs. Okay, then you will try it. Okay, then first 3 lessons is covered. Then try it. Do the first one. Clear na? Finish first floor. Okay. Finish. Finish. And answer for the first one. Data that are collected by any body for some specific purpose and use are called primary data. The data which have undergone any treatment previously is called secondary data. The variable that is being predicted or estimated is called which variable? Being predicted or estimated. Which one we can predict? Dependent variable. Right? Based on the independent variable value, we can predict or we can estimate the value of unknown independent variable. Then, four, when running an experimental study, the variable that is manipulated by the researcher is called the independent variable. Which of the following represents an interval level of measurement? Temperature. Which among the following types of variables cannot be rank ordered? Nominal. Which of the following types of variables would have a true zero point? Which one has a true zero point? Ratio. Interval it has not true zero. There is no any absolute zero point. Okay. Next week you will bring your calculators, okay? You have the scientific calculators. You bring, okay? Then while next week we will start the summary measures. Okay, then we normally we do not calculate manually without each and every all the things we can calculate using the scientific calculator. Okay, then we need to practice it now. Then you will bring it. Okay. Next one, then we know how to present the categorical data. Okay, then it means qualitative type variables. Then we have the quantitative data. Okay, then we move into how we present the quantitative data. Then then we need to do some studies. Then we, based on our study, first thing is we select the data source, primary data or secondary data. Then assume we need the primary data. Okay, then using the questionnaire method or interview method, we collect it. Okay, then we have the data set. There is no any arrangement, then we have the data. Okay, this simple example, then we take the marks of the students for business statistic paper. Okay, then there are this is data intake. There are 50 students. Then we take their marks. Okay, then we have the marks of 50 students. Then there is no any arrangement. Then list of the students with their marks. Okay, then that data set we call as raw data. Understood? Raw data. Why there is no any arrangement? Take the list of students and we write the marks of each student. Only the list of the marks. Understood? There is no any arrangement. Then this part we call as raw data. It's there in here example. They consider the marks scored by 50 students in the mid-semester examination. We write down. One student got 42, next one is 35, third student got 40, then we write. This one is we call as raw data. Okay, then using the raw data set, we cannot get any idea about the data. Why these values are there, then we cannot easily find out which mark is the highest one, which mark is the lowest one. We cannot find it. Therefore, then we using the raw data set, we can arrange this raw data set in ascending or descending order. know, ascending order means lowest value to highest value. Descending order means highest values to lowest. Okay, then normally we arrange it ascending order. We can use both methods. Then we arrange it ascending order. We call that data array. Okay, then in the raw data there is no any systematic arrangement. Okay, in the array, then we arrange in the our data set in ascending or descending order. Then what happens now? This is the data set, we arrange it ascending order. Then what happens? Which mark is the lowest mark? 30. Which one is the highest mark? 50. Okay. Then how many students got 30? How many students got 30? 5. Then we can get some idea now. There is arrangement. Okay. Then this is the array. Then other thing, then there is some repeated numbers. And then we do not write one number at many times. Okay, then we can summarize it. Therefore, we can construct the ungrouped data distribution. Then first we select after selection of the data, then we have the raw data. Okay, then for our easiness, we arrange it ascending order. Then we can find out some numbers are repeated. Okay, then we can summarize it. Then we can construct the ungrouped data distribution. It's clear? Then normally it's also the table, tabular format. Okay. Then the first column or first row display the values that we get that particular variable. Then in here marks, then in marks, then we can take 30, 32, 34, 35, 38. These are the marks. Then we take it. Understood? The next row or next column we represent the frequency. It means according to this example we can say how many students got each month. First one is 30, then we frequency means how many students got 30 months. Okay, the next one is 32. Then 2 is the frequency, it means 2 students got 32 months. Clear? Okay, then this table we call that ungrouped data distribution. Understood? It's clear? Then this table is easier than the array. Why we do not take the count? In here, then when we need to find out how many students got 47, then we need to count it. Then in here, then we can directly find it out 6 students got 47. Understood? Then we can say, then in here 3, 3, 3. Then it means equal number of students got 34, 41 and 50. It's clear? Then this is the way we can interpret the values. Then next one we call as group data. Then there is no any group. No? There is the observation value is individual. 30, 32, there is a specific value. Understood? Then other way we can represent this data set using the group distribution. Okay, then this is also the tabular format. Then we identify the value of each variable. How? Not the individual specific value is here. Then we get the group. Understood? Okay, then in here we take first one, represent the mark 60 to 62. Then insert the frequency value. Frequency. Okay, and these are groups. Understood? Then it means 5 students got marks in between 60 to 62. Understood? That there is no any clearly separated timing here. You cannot find out what is the exact mark is there. Okay, then there is a range. Understood? Then this is the number of students. It's clear? Then other thing is, then this is the group of 60 to 62. Next one starting from 63 to 65. It's clear? This group we call as class interval. Understood? Then we take this one. This is we call as class interval. It's clear? Understood? In the group data distribution, there are class interval. Okay? Then another thing is, in this class interval, two points. When taking the first class interval 60 to 62, there are 2 points. This one is 72 to 74. Understood? There are 2 limits. No? These limits we call as class limits. Then this one 72 is the lower value in here. This class interval lower value. Then we say lower class limit. Understood? The 74 is the highest one. Then we can say upper class limit. Lower class limit and the upper class limit. It's clear? Then other thing, we are looking at this first one starting from 60 and with 62. The next class interval starting from 63. Then there is a gap. Gap number 1 gap is there. Okay, then we need to remove this gap to do the further analysis. It's clear? Then how we remove it? Then the easy step is this: we can convert this class limit. Then these are the class limits. These are normally we say class interval. The 2 limits we call as class limits. This class limits we can convert it into the class bound. Okay, how we remove the gap? Convert this class limits to the class boundary. Okay, then we identify the gap. That gap is 1. Okay, then 1 is divided by 2. What is the answer? 0.5. Okay, then we take in the lower class limit, then subtract 0.5 from that. It means 59.5. That 0.5 is added to the upper class limit. 62.5. Now clear? Then move into the second one. 63. This is the lower class limit. We subtract 0.5 from that. Then what is the answer? 62.5. Add them to the upper limit. 65.5. Now, is there any gap? We remove it. Understood? Then we remove it using the class boundary. It's clear? Then another one, there is a class interval range. We cannot find out the specific value of each class interval. Understood? There is no any specific value. Then first one is 60 to 62. Then these 5 students got any mark between 60 to 62. We cannot find out the exact mark. Therefore, we find out the class mark. Okay, then class mark represent the whole class interval. Okay, then class mark is a single specific value. It represents the whole class interval. Then after that we assume the class mark is the mark for these 5 students. We can assume. It is not the 100% correct, then we assume. Okay, then first one is 60 to 62. The normally class mark is the middle point of the class interval. Middle point. point. Then first class interval, what is the middle point? 61. Then 61 means the class mark in the first. Okay, then when we are calculating the summary measures, those things we assume the 5 students got approximately 61 marks. It is the assumption. Okay, for our analysis, but for our calculation. Understood? It's clear? Class mark is the middle point of the class. Other one, when we calculate the summary measures, we need class size. Other may be called as width. Class size or width. It means then first class interval here 60 to 62. Size of the class or width of the class means how many observations value we see here. 60 to 62 means 60, 61, 62. How many? 3. Then the 3 is the size of the class interval. Understood? Then we take the difference between these two class limits and these two. The difference is 62 minus 60 is 2. It is not the size of the class. Understood? Then when we using the class boundaries to calculate the class size, when using the class boundaries, we can also calculate the class size. Then we can easily take the upper one minus lower. Understood? Then we use the class boundaries to calculate the width of a class or size of the class. We can take the two class boundaries, then take the difference between upper one and the lower one. Understood? When we use the class limit, we take the difference between upper and the lower, then add 1. Understood? Why? Then the 60 to 62 means 60 and 62 both are included in this range. Understood? Okay, then we take the difference between two class limits. Then we are considering about the 62 is not there. By 62 minus 60, the answer is 2. 2 is not the size of the class. Then therefore, we take the difference between two class limits and plus 1. You use the class boundaries, directly we can take the difference between two class boundaries. Upper one minus lower one. Understood? Okay, then these things are important to our next session. Okay, summary measures. Okay, then remember those things. Then all the things are in the slides. Okay, then the group data distribution, a tabular arrangement of data by classes together with the corresponding class frequency. It's clear what is the group frequency distribution? It is also the tabular arrangement. Okay, then it consists the class intervals together with their corresponding frequency. It's clear? The next one, explain what are the class intervals, class limits, class boundaries, frequency, and the middle point of the class interval. It means class mark. Understood? Okay. These are explained one by one. Okay, class boundaries, class width. Okay, then we using the class boundaries, we can take the difference. We use the class limit, take the difference and add 1. In class mark, it is the midpoint of the class interval, lower and upper limit divided by 2. Then when we find out the class mark, we can use class limit and the class boundaries both. Why? Here, then we add them to get the class interval 60 plus 62, 122. Divided by 2, 61. Okay, then when we use the class boundaries, also 61 is the class mark. Understood? Then we can use class limits and the class boundaries both to finding out the class mark. Understood? Why? Then we convert into the class limits to class boundaries. We subtract 0.5 from the lower limit and add to the upper limit. Then it means this class interval is not changed. Then the lower limit we subtract, upper limit we add. Then same amount. Understood? It's clear, and therefore we can use class limits and the class boundaries to find in the class. It's clear? Then another thing is we can construct the group data distribution. Then we have the raw data set. Okay, then we using the raw data we can construct the group frequency distribution. Okay, then we have some general rules to this. Then first point is, then we take the example. We take in this example. This slide given the data set. Okay. Make a frequency distribution with 7 class intervals from the following data. This is the data set. Okay. Then we need to construct the group frequency distribution. Okay. Then how many class intervals? Using the 7 class intervals. Understood? 7 class intervals. Okay. It means group 7 groups are there. The first step is using the data set. We find out which value is the highest value, which value is the lowest value. Okay, then search the data set. We can find out what is the maximum value and what is the minimum value. Then looking at the data set can tell me what is the maximum and what is the minimum. What is the highest value in here? 99. Which one is the lowest value? 30. First step is now finished. 60, 99 and 30. Here we have the lowest value and the highest value. Using this value, second step we find out the range. What is it? Range means difference between maximum value and the minimum value. Understood? Range means difference between maximum and the minimum. It means 99 minus 30. What is the range? 69. Okay? Then third step, we identify number of class intervals. Okay, then how many class intervals we need to insert here? This question is given the 7. Understood? Then normally maximum number of class intervals is 20. Okay, then other than that we cannot use the any number of class intervals. Okay. Then fourth one, we decide size of the class. Size of the class interval. Understood? Then the 7 class intervals we need to insert. Then we decide the size of the class interval. It means width. Then we find the range divided by number of class intervals. Okay, how we calculate the size of the class interval? Range divided by number of class intervals. Understood? The range is 69. Number of class intervals is 7. Then how many? 9.85. The decimal value. Then we can take the approximate value is 10. 9.85. Then we can take the 10 is the size of the class intervals. Okay, then using this information we can find out what are the class intervals in here. The lowest value is 30, then we can start it from 30. Class size is 10. What is the end point in here? 39. Why? We starting from 30 to 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Understood? We take the 40, which size of the class interval is 11. The next one starting from 40, 49, 50, 59, 60, 69, 70, 79, 80, 89, 90, 99. How many class intervals come? 7. It's clear? Then we can find out the frequency of each class interval. You can count or you can use in the tally marks to get the frequency. Remember tally mark? Then we put here the first number is 40. Then we put in here 40. This way the next one is 36. Okay, then 5 one is 100. Then this is the way we can use to find out the frequency of each class. It's clear? Understood? Okay, then memorize the what are the components in the group data distribution. What is the class interval? What is the class limit? What is the class boundary? How we convert the class limits to class boundaries? Okay. Then how we find the class mark, frequency, those things. Okay. Then next week we start the contribution lesson. Okay. Then we calculate the mean, median, mode, variance, standard deviation. Then those things are important. Okay. Do you have any questions? Then next one. Then we study different types of charts and graphs to represent the categorical data. How we present this kind of group data distribution. Which chart or graph suitable for that? We cannot draw the single bar chart, multiple bar chart, this kind of data set. Which one we can do? You know that. No, chart. Chart tabulation. Tabulation. Chart. Chart. Histogram. Now right there. This one we can. Okay, then this is starting from 30. Then we cannot use class intervals to draw in the histogram. Why? In the histogram there is a bars, but there is so many gap between two bars. Ola and that's 1 by 1. Then therefore we use in the class boundaries. Then starting from 29.5, 39.5, 49.5. Then we draw it. Then first one is in 5, then 7. And another point is here normally starting from the 0, this is the number 9 and 0. Then their gap is 29.5. After that gap is 10. Okay, then starting gap is larger than the other. Then we put the false lines to remove this gap. This line we call as false line. It's clear? Then no issue. Why in the histogram the width of each bar should be same. Okay, then therefore then the starting point 0 to first class boundaries. The gap is not equal to the remaining gap, then we put the false. Understood? Okay, then the histogram can be used to represent the quantitative data. Although the charts normally we use in the categorical data. Understood? Then these class intervals we cannot use representing the normally, practically, the statistical way we do not use the triple bar chart, multiple bar chart use. Understood? Okay, then the correct method is histogram. Clear? Then all the things are in here. Then histogram. Then here there is no any issue starting from 0. Then no need to insert the false line. Clear? Then again in the histogram, x-axis represent the class interval, our variable name, y-axis represent the frequency. Okay, now clear? The next week you will bring your calculators, okay? Then we start the calculation.